Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be having a look at this Vivo T4 Pro smartphone. And I feel for a certain segment of audience for whom camera is a very high priority and excellent battery life and multimedia content is the highlight, this might be a pretty good smartphone. And again, as you can see here in the box, it says that it has a periscope camera. In fact, yeah, both the main cameras are actually having OIS and it has a 3x periscope camera. We'll talk about the camera later on. I'll show you the samples also. But yeah, it comes with this new Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 SoC, and I have to say it's a very power efficient processor. And the strange thing is that this comes with a massive 6500 milliamp hour battery. Even though it's having that big battery, then also the handset is actually not that heavy. It just weighs 192 grams, so very comfortable in the hand. And apart from that, it says that it is also having that IP68 and 69 rating, and it's having a quad curved screen. So that's what it is. And inside the box you get the case itself. So this is the case, and you get this 90-watt charger and this USB cable. So I'll just keep these things to the side. Let's look at the handset itself. So this is the handset itself, and as I've told you, it weighs very light, and but again, it has everything that you expect. For example, in-display fingerprint scanner is this. Of course, this is an AMOLED screen, that is a 6.77-inch screen. And again, the good thing is that this is also 120 hertz that you're getting. Another small thing that I liked about this smartphone, and generally in this price category, the brightness that is there outdoors is not that bright, but this is actually decently bright at 1500 nits, that HMB that we call. So again, even in outdoors it's actually legible, but the peak they say it's 5000 nits. It's having this new processor, that is the Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 SoC. So I was also curious, so first thing I did is ran Antutu on this one, and as you can see, very close to 1,972,000 that we got. So again, it's a very good processor, I would say, and also it's very power efficient. It's based on the 4 nanometer process, so the battery life that you'll be getting on this one is excellent on this one, anywhere from 8 to even 10 odd plus hours that you SOT that you can get on this one. Apart from that, it is having that massive battery, 6500 milliamp hour battery, so battery life is not an issue. And I would say for most people, if you're not a hardcore user, easily about 2 days. So that way, in terms of battery life, they have done a good job. I have to say, the handset feels very light for such a big size phone with 6500 milliamp hour battery. And I think so they could do it, because if you look at this from the back, actually this looks like glass, but this is not glass. This is actually polycarbonate back that you're having, and even the chases on this one is actually that polycarbonate plastic. Another small thing I forgot to mention is that we do also have IR blaster on this one, so you can use this to control remote like TVs, air conditioners, etc. And if I go about the phone, as you can see, this is having that FunTouch OS 15, which is nothing but Android 15. And again, it comes in various capacities. This is a review note that was sent to me by the brand. This is the highest configuration, that is 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage. There is also 8 gigabyte RAM variant available in the market. A good thing is it comes out of the box with Android 15. And now, nice to see that Vivo is offering next 4 years of Android upgrades and 6 years of security upgrades. Again, that's a big improvement in this price range, because generally still some of the manufacturers were just giving 2 years of OS upgrade, and some have migrated to about 3 years and about 4 years of security upgrade. So 4 years of OS upgrades and 6 years of security upgrade, it's a good thing. Again, as I've told you, the handset is very fluid. This SoC is actually pretty good, so no issues. Also, even if you go for the 8 gigabyte, we do have that RAM boost, so it can double the RAM that you have on this one. And again, storage, as I've told you, will come in 128 or 256 gigabytes of storage. But again, even the 256 gigabytes of storage is UFS 2.2. Left, I would say you have the Google Pane. I would say FunTouch has improved quite a bit from previous generations. They're bringing it closer to the stock Android experience that you're getting. But again, as it's FunTouch, we do have their own app store like this. For example, I installed Antutu via that. But again, if you don't want to use it, you can just forget about it. Apart from that, there was some pre-installed apps, not a lot of bloatware, but yes, Facebook, this PhonePe was installed, LinkedIn was installed on this one, and some of these apps. I also noticed these some extra apps, but these are not pre-installed. These are just links. You can actually disable them. For example, these. So these were not installed, but these were there. So that is something that I have noticed. Also, as I've told you, within the UI, it is actually fluid. So that way, it is doing a good job. And for one thing I noticed is that the speakers on this smartphone are very, very loud. In fact, one of the loudest that I've seen in this segment. It gets actually pretty loud. Let me give you an idea. This is a copyright-free song. Let me just play it. And this is just like this. Okay, this is a comfortable volume. Most of you will be happy on this. Now I'll increase the volume and you'll notice that I have to talk very loudly for you to hear me. Let me increase it. This is the max. So very loud. So in terms of multimedia consumption also, it will be good. Another small thing I forgot is that the screen does support HDR10 plus, and in fact I checked with Netflix. Let me just go, where did I install Netflix? I did test with Netflix and also YouTube videos. You are getting HDR in that. For example, if I just open up any of the new shows from Netflix, it should actually be in, as you can see, HDR10 plus, and you're also getting that spatial audio on this one, and also wideband L1 is actually supported. So that way I would say for multimedia consumption, media consumption, etc., you'll have a very good experience with this smartphone. Also, the in-display fingerprint scanner works very well. I did not have any issues with this one. So that way I would say in basics they have done a good job, I would say. Also in terms of AI, this has very good integration with the Google Gemini. So for example, as you can see, this is an article and it's a very big article. Let's say I just want to get a gist of it, and as Google Gemini is integrated on this one very easily, I can just hit the power button. I can click ask about the screen and I can just say this, summarize this web page. So it's going to use Gemini and get all the relevant information of this web page and give you an idea. It does that.
The GST Council, led by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman.
So it gives you that. Let's say the summary is too big. You can say, give me a concise, so it will give you points. So again, this integration is done very well. Of course, you have the standalone Gemini also over here. And if you click this, we also do have Gemini Live on this one. So that way, Gemini integration has been done very well on this one. And also you have a bar over here. Quickly you want to jump between the apps or stuff, you can actually do that. Now let's also talk about the camera on this one. As you can see, it has a triple camera setup, but I won't talk too much about this one because this is just a 2 megapixel bokeh camera. The main camera, both of them are actually, good thing is Sony sensors that we are having on this one, and the main is a 50 megapixel camera. Good thing is that has OIS, and even the second camera, that's a 3x periscope zoom, is having OIS, and that's also a Sony camera. And if you look at the interface, this is the typical interface that we have seen with Vivo phones. That's the same. So 1x, you can jump to 2x, 3x is of course that optical, and you can even go up to 10x, and it does a good job, I would say. And again, you can even go zoom a far more, 20-25x also, but that's again quite a bit of digital zoom that we are doing. So this is what it is. And the good thing is that video, let me just show you, video you can shoot in 4K. As you can see, 4K 30 FPS is supported, and even for the front facing camera, let me actually show you, you can go to 4K 30 FPS with the video. So let me now actually show you the samples that I've taken with this smartphone. Let's start with some outdoor shots, and as you can see, these come out good and you get the natural background blur. This was at 1x, this was 3x zoom, and this was 10x zoom. Even at 10x zoom, notice how good the picture is. Again, one more example, this is 1x, this was that 3x zoom, this was that 10x zoom, again very good detail at 10x, and this was 22x zoom. Good thing is that this is 1x and this is 3x. The color distortion is not that much between that 1x and the 3x zoom. Again, this was taken in a restaurant that I went. This is again that 3x shot. As you can see, the lighting was pretty dull in the restaurant, but then also the pictures come out very good. This was with the regular 1x shot, and this was with 3x portrait mode. This was taken indoors in artificial lighting at 1x, and this was at 3x zoom. Another example, side by side, the left shot is 1x and the right one is at 3x zoom. The front-facing 32 megapixel camera also produces some pretty good pictures, as you can see. These were taken in the normal mode, regular mode, and here I enabled the portrait bokeh mode where you can change the aperture. This was f2.8. This is again in the regular mode. This is in the bokeh mode at f4, which I feel actually gives very natural background blur, as you can see. Recording this video with the rear-facing camera, and there's quite a bit of wind, and I've set it to actually 4K 30 FPS, and I'm just walking a little bit. The rear cameras, both the primary as well as the telephoto, do have optical image stabilization. And let's see, in 4K can I go, it says 2x, so it's just cropping in, it's not going to the 3x zoom. So for that, I think so we have to select something else. But yeah, this is the footage at 1x, and the audio is also being recorded via the same, and the dynamic range is good, as you can see. Now I'm recording the video with the front facing camera, and I've actually set it to 4K. The thing is that if you set it to 4K, the stabilization gets disabled. The stabilization was there at 1080p, but let's just shoot at 4K, and I'm just going to walk around to give you an idea how is the video. I'm just going to climb some stairs. I'm against the light right now, and I'm going to be climbing some stairs so that you have an idea how it is. I've climbed the stairs. Just walking now normally, and I'll just I was against the light, so let's just move around this. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the front facing camera, and this was recorded at 4K 30 FPS. So guys, this is the Vivo T4 Pro smartphone. What do you guys feel about this one? Regarding the pricing of this smartphone, this starts at around 28,000, but as of now they are running some offers and stuff. So if you apply those offers, you can get it for 24,999. That's about 25,000. So what I'll do is I'll leave the links in the description for more info. And overall, I would say if you are looking for a smartphone with great battery life, and also what do you say, multimedia consumption is very high because of the speakers and the screen, good quality screen that you're having, and also a camera is a very high priority for you, then you can certainly have a look at this smartphone. But what do you guys feel about this Vivo T4 Pro? Do let me know in the comment section below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.